Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into something I know a lot of you are thinking about these days, boosting your mental health naturally,
Yeah, it's more than just therapy and medication. It's about those daily habits and practices that can really make a difference.
building that mental health toolkit, right? And that's what we're all about here today. One practice, one tool at a time.
Totally. And the great thing is, our brains are amazing. They can actually change and adapt,
Yeah.
like literally rewire themselves. And these simple things we're talking about can actually help with that rewiring for the better.
Okay, so let's get specific.
Yeah.
Now, I bet a lot of you can relate to this. You know those times when life just gets so crazy busy and overwhelming, you can't even remember what feeling good is like. You're just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah, I've been there.
Exactly. And that's where I think this first tool comes in, gratitude journaling. I mean,
Mm-mm.
I know you've probably heard of it before. But honestly, there's a reason it's so popular. It really works.
It really does. And it's not just some fluffy feel-good thing either. There's actual science behind it. When you take the time to focus on what you're thankful for, it actually shifts your brain chemistry.
Really. Like how?
Well, think of it this way. Stress hormones, like cortisol, they're kind of like an alarm system in your body. And when you're constantly stressed, it's like that alarm is just going off nonstop.
I totally get that.
But gratitude helps hit the reset button on that alarm, calms the system down, and then it starts boosting those feel-good neurotransmitters,
Right.
dopamine, serotonin, all those good things.
So it's not just about like, jotting down any random three things. Is there a way to make it more like, I don't know, targeted?
Oh, for sure. Definitely. Like instead of just, I'm grateful for coffee, try something more specific. Like ask yourself, what small success did I achieve today? Or who made me smile today and how? That kind of thing.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. And spending just what, 5 minutes each morning or evening doing that could really make a difference.
5 minutes? Yeah, even that can have a huge impact. I mean, when I started doing it, honestly, my whole outlook started to change. Even on those really tough days, I could always find something, even something small, to be grateful for.
And that's amazing because you start noticing those little things more, right?
Absolutely. You're basically training your brain to scan for the positive. Even when things are challenging, it's like building a muscle, but for optimism.
I love that analogy. Building a muscle for optimism.
Mm.
Okay, so now you mentioned earlier feeling overwhelmed sometimes.
Hmm.
And I think this next tool can be a huge help with that too. Daily movement, getting that body moving.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's incredible how powerful even a little bit of exercise can be for your mental state. Just 10 minutes, even, can change
Oh,
everything.
just 10 minutes.
Yep. Because what happens is movement kickstarts the release of endorphins, which are basically like natural mood boosters, your body's own little happy pills. And at the same time, it helps reduce those stress hormones we were talking about.
So it's like a double whammy. But what if hate running or going to the gym?
Oh, you don't have to do anything you hate. The best part is it doesn't have to be intense. A brisk walk, some yoga, even just dancing around your living room, it all count.
Yeah, I love that. So you're saying find something you actually enjoy and make it a part of your routine.
Exactly. I actually started with just like 5 minutes of stretching each morning, and now I actually crave my morning walks. It's become something I really look forward to.
Okay, that's awesome. I might have to try that. This next tool is where things get really interesting, I think. Mindfulness.
Oh, yeah, mindfulness is key.
Because in today's world, our minds are just going, going, going all the time. And I
Stop. And it's exhausting.
totally. So mindfulness is like hitting the pause button.
Exactly. It's about paying attention to the present moment without judgment, just noticing your thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them.
Okay, so how do you actually do that? What are some like specific techniques?
Yeah. Well, there are lots of different practices. Deep breathing can be really helpful. Mindful eating is another one. Or body scans where you just kind of check in with each part of your body and notice any sensations.
I love that idea of mindful eating. It's like instead of just shoving food in your face, you actually slow down and savor each bite, right?
Mm. Exactly. And honestly, it makes food taste so much better.
And what about those little mindfulness check-ins throughout the day? Just like little reminders to take a breath and be present.
Oh, those are genius. I set reminders on my phone just a couple of times a day to take a few deep breaths and reconnect with myself.
That is such a good idea, like creating little pockets of peace in your day.
Totally. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes to tap into that sense of calm, even when things are crazy around you.
I love that. Speaking of finding peace, let's talk about our final tool for today, connecting with nature.
Yes. This is so important.
I was reading some of your notes before the show, and you mentioned feeling really drained from spending so much time indoors.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of us feel that way. It's like we become so disconnected from the natural world.
And it's taking a toll, right?
It really is. But the research is clear. Even a little bit of exposure to nature can make a huge difference.
So, like, what kind of difference are we talking about?
Well, studies have shown that spending time outdoors can lower stress hormones, boost your mood, and even help with focus and creativity.
Wow, so it's like nature is a giant reset button for our minds and bodies.
Exactly. And the best part is, you don't need a ton of time. Even just 10-15 minutes a week can make a difference.
Okay, so what are some things people can do if they're not, big hikers or anything?
It doesn't have to be anything fancy. A walk in the park, sitting by a window with a view of some trees, even listening to nature sounds.
Oh, I like that. Nature sounds. I actually started taking my work breaks outside recently. And it's crazy how much more refreshed I feel afterwards.
Right. It's amazing what a little bit of fresh air and sunshine can do. It's like tapping into that innate connection we all have with nature. We're part of it, after all.
So there you have it. Your mental health toolkit is ready. Gratitude journaling, daily movement, mindfulness, and connecting with nature. Simple but powerful habits that can really transform your well-being.
And what I love about these tools is you have control over them. You can choose to incorporate them into your life, starting today.
Exactly. So I guess the question is, what small step will you take? What will you try today?
And remember, it's a journey. There's no finish line. Keep exploring, keep experimenting. See what works for you, what brings you joy and balance.
And we'll be here cheering you on every step of the way. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.